Good evening. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Pro Wrestling Talk video brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming here on the U to the Tube. My name is Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram. So, three things for this video. First off, gonna give a update on the current standings of the Stardom 5-Star Grand Prix. Then, I'm gonna give an update on the current standings of the New Japan Pro Wrestling G1 Climax 33. And then I'm going to finish off by giving my review of NXT Great American Bash 2023. So, got a good bit to cover in this video, but should be good, should be fun, should be juicy. There's a lot of content there. But first off, let's get started with the 5-Star Grand Prix 2023 current standings. As we're going into a new week, here are the current standings. All right. Okay. First off, starting with the Red Stars, which I do want to give an update. For Saya Kamatani, I had to make a correction. So they're having her just completely withdraw from the tournament. So her forfeits won't count as points for the other competitors. Like, they're just canceling her out. So she's just totally out. I didn't think that was the case before. But once I found out that they, on the Twitter account for Stardom, they pretty much grayed out Saya Kamatani. I just figured, let me follow along with them, since they didn't have any of her forfeits count as points for the other competitors. So wanted to go ahead and make that correction, which I did here. So just a heads up, just to give a heads up. So yeah, being that Saya Kamatani is out, I won't focus so much on her stats. So just a FYI. Okay. Anyway, so starting off, right now we have 4 competitors sitting at 0 points, which are Suzu Suzuki, Starlight Kid, Hazuki, and Ami Sourei. So taking a look at Ami Sourei right now, she is 0-1. She has the one loss to Natsuko Tora, so off to a rough start. Hazuki also 0-1 with the loss to Mayu Iwatani, which I would have thought she would have gotten revenge on her from last year, but not the case. Starlight Kid is also 0-1 with the loss to Natsupoi. And then Suzu Suzuki, which was very shocked with this, but right now Suzu Suzuki is 0-2. She's starting out 0-2 with losses to Shuri and Natsupoi. Oof. Quite a rough start for Suzu Suzuki. Hate to see it. Alright, and then we have 4 competitors that have 2 points apiece, which are Tam Nakano, Mayu Iwatani, Shuri, and Natsuko Tora. So let's take a look at Natsuko Tora. Right now she is 1-0 with the 1 victory over Ami Sourei. Then we have Shuri, who is also 1-0 with a victory over Suzu Suzuki. We got Mayu Iwatani, who's 1-0 with the victory over Hazuki. And then Tam Nakano, who is 1-0 with the 1 victory over Saya Kamatani. And then, right now, we have 1 competitor sitting at the top with 4 total points, which is Natsupoi, the resident fairy of Cosmic Angels, sitting at 2-0 with victories over Starlight Kid and Suzu Suzuki. So 2 big victories to to start out for Natsupoi. She's off to a great start. We'll have to see how long she can keep the streak going. She's on a two-match win streak. So we'll see how it goes. Alrighty. Now let's go into the Blue Stars. Okay, for the Blue Stars. Right now we have two competitors sitting at 0 points, which is surprisingly Azumi and Hanan. So let's look at Hanan. Oh man, poor Hanan. Right now is 0-3. Oof. Oof. 0-3 with losses to Julia, Micah, and Mirai. Ooh, man. Already off to a really rough start for her. I hate to see it. Really hate to see it. And then Azumi, right now is 0-1 with the one loss to Mariah May, which was a pretty big upset. Okay. And then we have 6 competitors right now with 2 points, which are Utami Hayashishita, Micah, Momo Watanabe, Mirai, Mina Shirakawa, and Mariah May. So let's look at Mariah May. Right now she is 1-1. She has the 1 victory over Azumi, but the 1 loss to Saori Ano. Mina Shirakawa, she has the 1 victory over Mirai and the 1 loss to Utami Hayashishita. Okay. And then Mirai, right now Mirai is actually 1-2, where she has the 1 victory over Hanan, but 2 losses to Momo Watanabe and Mina Shirakawa. All right, Momo Watanabe right now is 1-0. She has the 1 victory over Mirai. Micah, 1-0 with the 1 victory over Hanan. And then you have Utami Hayashishita, 1-0 with the victory over Mina Shirakawa. And then we have 2 competitors with 3 points, which are Julia and Saori Ano. So let's look at Saori Ano. Right now, she has a record of 1-0-1. She has the 1 victory over Mariah May, but the 1 draw to Julia. So therefore, that's why she has 3 points. Of course, remember, you get 1 point for a draw. And then we have Julia, also with a record of 1-0-1. She has the 1 victory over Hanan and then the 1 draw with Saori Ano. So that is what the brackets, or what the standings are looking like so far for the red and blue stars for the 5-star Grand Prix. And a really, really interesting thing is, apparently the word is that Saya Kamatani was originally booked to win this year's 5-star Grand Prix. Can y'all believe that? The Golden Phoenix was supposed to be booked to win this tournament, but she's out injured with a dislocated left elbow with ligament damage, so she had to withdraw from this tournament. So it'll be very interesting to see who ends up winning this tournament. But yeah, and of course, you know, they got a lot of tournament left, because as you can see here, the finals isn't until September 30th. And even on September 30th, there's going to be a couple of matches they're going to finish up between the red stars and the blue stars. So it's going to come down to the wire, perhaps, September 30th. But still, a lot of tournament matches to see. So, yeah, we'll have to see what happens, see how that goes. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and switch gears from the 5-star Grand Prix to the G1 Climax 33. So let's go ahead and go over the standings for those. All right, here we go. Okay, as usual, starting off with the A block. Sitting at the bottom. Well, actually, I need to adjust this. Hold on, I need to adjust this. Actually, no, I have it correct. Okay. So for the A block, right now sitting at the bottom with 2 points is Ren Narita. Right now he has a record of 0-3-2, which he has losses to Sanada, Hikuleo, and Gabe Kidd, and then the 2 draws with Shota Umino and Yota Tsuji. And you know, he's on the verge of elimination. I mean, honestly, it's probably going to end up happening, but we'll give it another day or so to see what happens. But he's definitely on the verge of elimination. Okay. We got 2 competitors sitting at 4 points, which are Chase Owens and Hikuleo. So Hikuleo, he has a record of 2-3 with wins over Ren Narita and Yota Tsuji, but losses to Sanada, Chase Owens, and Gabe Kidd. He's got 2 matches left, and also Ren Narita has 2 matches left. Looks like everybody on here has 2 matches left. So, and then Chase Owens, same thing, record of 2-3, with victories over Hikuleo and Gabe Kidd, but losses to Shota Umino, Yota Tsuji, and Kaito Kiyomiya. Okay. Oh my goodness, I totally forgot. Totally forgot about Yota Tsuji. I forgot he has 3 points. I knew I was missing one. Yota Tsuji has a record of 1-3-1. He's got the 1 victory over Chase Owens, 3 losses to Sanada, Hikuleo, and Kaito Kiyomiya, and the 1 draw with Ren Narita. So, 3 points. And I just went through the 4-pointer. We got 1 5-pointer, which is Gabe Kidd. He has a record of 2-2-1, with victories over Hikuleo, Ren Narita, 2 losses to Chase Owens and Shota Umino, and the 1 draw with Kaito Kiyomiya. Okay. And then we got 2 competitors right now with 6 points, which are Shota Umino and Kaito Kiyomiya. So Kaito Kiyomiya, he has a record of 2-1-2, with victories over Chase Owens and Yota Tsuji, the 1 loss to Sanada, and the 2 draws with Shota Umino and Gabe Kidd. And then, let's see, Shota Umino, he has a record of 2-1-2 as well. He's got 2 victories over Chase Owens and Gabe Kidd, 2 losses to Sanada and or actually, wait a minute. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold up. He has a record of 2-1-2. So victories over Chase Owens and Gabe Kidd, the 1 loss to Sanada, and the 2 draws with Ren Narita and Kaito Kiyomiya. Okay, had to make sure I had that right. Okay. And then sitting at the top with 10 points, who has already punched his ticket to the winner's block, is Sanada. He is currently undefeated with a record of 5-0, with victories over Hikuleo, Ren Narita, Shota Umino, Yota Tsuji, and Kaito Kiyomiya. So, We know for sure he will be in the winner's block. But still need one more. They need the number two, the top two. So we'll see who the second one will end up being. But it's coming down to the wire. All right, let's go to the B block. All right, B block. So this is another one where everybody has 2 matches left. All right. So sitting at the bottom with 2 points and is officially mathematically eliminated is Great O'Khan. He has a record of 1-4. The 1 victory over El Phantasmo, 4 losses to Okada, Kenta, Will Ospreay, and Tanga Loa. Okay, you have 4 competitors with 4 points, which are Yoshihashi, Kenta, Tanga Loa, and El Phantasmo. Let's look at El Phantasmo. Right now he has a record of 2-3 with victories over Kenta and Tanga Loa, but losses to Okada, Yoshihashi, and Great O'Khan. Okay, and then you have Tanga Loa, who also is 2-3 with victories over Kenta and Great O'Khan, but losses to El Phantasmo, Taichi, and Yoshihashi. And then Kenta, same thing, record of 2-3 with victories over Taichi and Great O'Khan, but losses to Will Ospreay, Tanga Loa, and El Phantasmo. And then Yoshihashi, 2-3 with victories over Tanga Loa and El Phantasmo, but losses to Okada, Taichi, and Will Ospreay. Okay, and we got 1 competitor sitting at 6 points, which is Taichi. Taichi has a record of 3-2. He's got victories over Yoshihashi, Will Ospreay, and Tanga Loa, but the 2 losses to Okada and Kenta. So still hanging in there. And then we got 2 competitors sitting at the top. It's the top 2 with 8 points, which are Kazuchika Okada and Will Ospreay. Let's look at Will Ospreay. Right now he has a record of 4-1 with victories over Okada, Yoshihashi, Kenta, and Great O'Khan. 1 loss to Taichi. And then Rainmaker, Kazuchika Okada. Same thing, record of 4-1 with victories over Yoshihashi, Taichi, Great O'Khan, and El Phantasmo, with the 1 loss to Will Ospreay. So Ospreay and Okada are your top 2 currently, but everybody still has 2 matches left, so it's still very close. Still very close. Okay, now let's get into Block C. We've got some updates on Block C. Okay, everybody is down to 2 matches left, but got quite some updates here. So, sitting at the bottom, we got 3 competitors sitting at the bottom with 2 points each and are unfortunately mathematically eliminated from this tournament, which are Tomohiro Ishii, Aaron Hanare, and Mikey Nichols. So Mikey Nichols has a record of 1-4. He's got the 1 victory over Aaron Hanare, but losses to David Finlay, Tama Tonga, Shingo Takagi, and Eddie Kingston. But yes, he's mathematically eliminated. Alrighty. Aaron Hanare, same thing, record of 1-4. He's got the 1 victory over Shingo Takagi, but 4 losses to Dave Finlay, Evil, Eddie Kingston, and Mikey Nichols. He's mathematically eliminated. And Tomohiro Ishii, the Stone Pitbull, also 1-4. He's got the 1 victory over Eddie Kingston, but 4 losses to David Finlay, Evil, Tama Tonga, and Shingo Takagi. and he's mathematically eliminated. So 3 from the C block, mathematically eliminated. Okay, then you got one competitor sitting at 5 points, which is Shingo Takagi. He's on the verge of elimination. Right now he has a record of 2-2-1. He's got the victories over Tomohiro Ishii and Mikey Nichols, 2 losses to Aaron Hanare and Eddie Kingston, and the 1 draw with Tama Tonga. So it's close. It's close to elimination, but he's still in it. He is still technically in it. All right. And then we got one competitor with 6 points. One competitor with 6 points, which is Eddie Kingston. So Eddie Kingston right now has a record of 3-2. He's got victories over Shingo Takagi, Aaron Hanare, and Mikey Nichols, but 2 losses to Tomohiro Ishii and Evil. So he's still in it, still hanging in there. We got one competitor with 7 points, which is Tama Tonga. Tama Tonga has a record of 3-1-1. So he's doing pretty good. Victories over David Finlay, Tomohiro Ishii, and Mikey Nichols. But the 1 loss to Evil, and the 1 draw with Shingo Takagi. So he's looking still pretty strong. So he's still very much in this tournament. And then you got 2 competitors with 8 points each, which are David Finlay and Evil. Those are your current top 2. Let's look at Evil. Evil has a record of 4-1. He's got victories over Tomohiro Ishii, Tama Tonga, Aaron Hanare, and Eddie Kingston, with the 1 loss to David Finlay. And then David Finlay, same thing, 4-1. Victories over Tomohiro Ishii, Evil, Aaron Hanare, and Mikey Nichols, and the 1 loss to Tama Tonga. So, still looking pretty close here in the C block. And then let's move on to the D block. Okay, for the D block, everybody also has 2 matches left. So, let's see. The 2 sitting at the bottom with 2 points and are unfortunately mathematically eliminated are Toru Yano and Alex Coughlin. Let's look at Alex Coughlin. He has a record of 1-4. He's got the 1 victory over Hiroki Goto and losses to Tetsuya Naito, Zack Sabre Jr., Jeff Cobb, and Shane Haste. But yeah, he's mathematically eliminated. And then Toru Yano, which this doesn't surprise me at all. Record of 1-4, 2 points. He's got the 1 victory over Jeff Cobb and the losses to Hiroshi Tanahashi, Tetsuya Naito, Hiroki Goto, and Zack Sabre Jr. And he's mathematically eliminated. Okay. And then we got 2 competitors sitting at 4 points, which are Hiroki Goto and Shane Haste, both on the verge of elimination. Let's look at Shane Haste. He has a record of 2-3. He's got victories over Naito and Alex Coughlin, but 3 losses to Hiroshi Tanahashi, Goto, and Zack Sabre Jr. And Hiroki Goto, 2-3. Victories over Toru Yano and Shane Haste, but losses to Naito, Tanahashi, and Alex Coughlin. Okay. Then you have 2 competitors sitting at 6 points apiece, which are Hiroshi Tanahashi and Tetsuya Naito. Let's look at Naito. Naito has a record of 3-2, with victories over Hiroki Goto, Toru Yano, and Alex Coughlin, but losses to Jeff Cobb and Shane Haste. Then you have the ace, Hiroshi Tanahashi, 3-2 as well. Victories over Hiroki Goto, Toru Yano, and Shane Haste, but losses to Zack Sabre Jr. and Jeff Cobb. Then your top two right now, sitting at 8 points apiece, are Zack Sabre Jr. and Jeff Cobb. Let's look at Jeff Cobb. Jeff Cobb, record of 4-1, with victories over Hiroshi Tanahashi, Tetsuya Naito, Zack Sabre Jr., and Alex Coughlin. But he suffered the one loss to Toru Yano. Ugh. And then Zack Sabre Jr., same record, 4-1. He's got victories over Tanahashi, Toru Yano, Shane Haste, and Alex Coughlin, but has the one loss to Jeff Cobb. So those are your standings for the D block. And like I said, everybody has 2 matches left in these blocks. So let's go through and take a quick look at the upcoming matchups for all 4 blocks. So let's see, we got matches from the A block for August 1st. That's Tuesday. Let's see what we got. Oh, we got Sonata versus Gabe Kidd, which Sonata, I mean, he has his spot secured. So, but he's got Gabe Kidd. Let's see, Chase Owens versus Ren Narita. Okay, that should be tough. Should go either way. Let's see, Hikuleo versus Kaito Kiyomiya. Oh, that should be interesting. Yeah, Ren Narita, Chase Owens. Shota Umino versus Yota Tsuji. That should be really good. See, Gabe Kidd, Sonata, Kaito Kiyomiya, Hikuleo. Yeah, those should be really good matchups. And then I guess we'll look at the August 5th. Let's see. Sonata's final 2 matches, Gabe Kidd and Chase Owens. I mean, honestly, he should be able to defeat both, but you never know. You never know. Chase Owens, he's got Sonata and Ren Narita. He might beat Ren Narita. Sonata, not so sure. Hikuleo, see, he's got Shota Umino and Kaito Kiyomiya. That's going to be kind of tough. Ren Narita, Chase Owens, and Kaito Kiyomiya, that's going to be tough for him. Shota Umino has Yota Tsuji and Hikuleo, so the 2 big men. Ooh, that could be tough for him. Yota Tsuji has Shota Umino, Gabe Kidd. Yeah. So that should be close. Gabe Kidd's got to take on Sonata and Yota Tsuji. Kaito Kiyomiya, Hikuleo, and Ren Narita. So it's going to come down to the wire in the A block for sure, because that second qualifier is going to be interesting. All right, B block. Let's see. August 1st. Ooh, Okada versus Kenta. That should be good. Yoshihashi versus Great-O-Khan. Okay. Great-O-Khan has a chance to be spoiler. Taichi versus El Phantasmo. Ooh, okay. Kenta and Okada. Great-O-Khan, Yoshihashi. Will Ospreay, Tangaloa. Okay. El Phantasmo, Taichi. So, let's see. Okada just has Kenta and Tangaloa left. He could lose to Kenta. It's possible. Tangaloa, probably not. Yoshihashi, he's got Kenta and Great-O-Khan. Ooh, that's going to be tough for him. Taichi has Great-O-Khan and El Phantasmo. Taichi might finish strong. We'll see. Kenta has Okada and Yoshihashi. Ooh, that's going to be tough, especially Okada. Great-O-Khan has Yoshihashi and Taichi. He could possibly beat Yoshihashi. May play spoiler. Will Ospreay has Tangaloa and El Phantasmo. Honestly, I don't think he'll have a problem with either of those 2. I don't think he will. And Tangaloa, he's got Okada and Ospreay. That's going to be tough for him. Really, really tough for him. And then El Phantasmo's got Taichi and Will Ospreay. Really, really tough for him. So, whew. Some of these guys with lower scores got some really tough final matchups. All right, C block. Let's see. August 2nd, which is Wednesday. That's their next matches. See, David Finley's got to go against Shingo. Okay, that's going to be interesting. Ishii and Aaron Hanare, which, I mean, both are eliminated. So, Evil and Mikey Nichols. Let's see. Tamatonga and Eddie Kingston. Oh, that should be really good. That should be really good. Shingo, David Finley. Yeah. Aaron Hanare, Tomohiro Ishii. Eddie Kingston and Tamatonga. Mikey Nichols and Evil. So, let's look at remaining matches. David Finley, Shingo, and Kingston. Those are going to be tough. Those are going to be tough, even for him. Even for him. Ishii, well, his final two matches are against already eliminated opponents in Aaron Hanare and Mikey Nichols. Evil, he's got Shingo and Mikey Nichols. He'll probably beat Mikey Nichols. Shingo, probably is going to be tough. Tamatonga's got Aaron Hanare and Eddie Kingston. He should have Hanare. Kingston will be tough, I think. Shingo's got Evil and David Finley. Oh, that's going to be really tough for him. Aaron Hanare's got Ishii and Tamatonga. But, you know, he's going to just be playing spoiler. Eddie Kingston, David Finley, Tamatonga. Oh, he's got two difficult final matches. And then Mikey Nichols, I mean, he's got Evil and Tomohiro Ishii. He'll mainly just be trying to play spoiler. And then Block D. Let's see. Final matches are August 2nd, which is Wednesday, and August 9th. So, August 2nd, let's see. Tanahashi and Alex Coughlin, okay. Naito and Zack Sabre Jr., that should be really good. They face each other tons of times. Jeff Cobb and Hiroki Goto. Come on, Goto, I need you to win out. I need you to win out. Alright, Zack Sabre Jr., Naito, yeah. Toru Yano and Shane Haste, ugh. Jeff Cobb, Goto, Shane Haste, Yano, Coughlin, Tanahashi. So, Tanahashi, his final two matches are Naito and Coughlin. I mean, I don't see him losing to Coughlin. Naito probably will lose to him. Let's see. Naito, his final matches are Tanahashi and Zack Sabre Jr., so he's got two difficult final matches. Hiroki Goto, same thing. He's got Zack Sabre Jr. and Jeff Cobb. Oof. Oof. Tough final road for him. Zack Sabre Jr.'s got Naito and Goto. Yano's got Shane Haste and Alex Coughlin, but he's mainly just going to be playing spoiler. Jeff Cobb, Goto, and Shane Haste, which he should be able to beat Shane Haste. Goto's going to be a little tougher. Shane Haste has Yano and Cobb. Ugh. He needs to win out, and it's going to be tough for him. And then Alex Coughlin is Tanahashi and Yano, which he's going to be playing spoiler. So, yeah, everybody's, final two matchups, it's coming down to the wire. It's really coming down to the wire for the G1 Climax. Like, ooh. Just have to see. We'll have to see what happens. But before I go into my review of the NXT Great American Bash, here's a quick video, or a quick word on the sponsor of Game Beauty. Check it out. As you continue to watch and enjoy Blitzball Champ gaming content here on the U to the Tube, be sure you take a moment to check out the link to the description for Game Beauty. Game Beauty offers a variety of video game themed makeup and cosmetic products. They offer items such as eyeshadow palettes, elemental pearl highlighters, eyeshadow brushes, and even non-makeup items such as these graphic t-shirts. They also have collaboration items like this Persona 5 Royal Limited Edition makeup collection, as you can see here, which you can get it as a full collection, or you can get different bundles of this collection as well as different pieces separately. Also, Game Beauty offers free domestic and international shipping to most countries for orders over $60. And be sure to use the promo code blitzball_champ, all in caps, and you can get 10% off of your order. So be sure to take advantage of that nice little discount. And now, back to our regularly scheduled video. Enjoy. Okay. NXT, the Great American Bash 2023 Premium Live Event. This year's took place July 30th, 2023 at the HEB Center at Cedar Park in Cedar Park, Texas. But yeah, we had a total of, let's see, 7 matches, with one match being on the pre-show. We had one match on the pre-show. And we had a total of 4 title matches. So 4 out of 7 were title matches. But anyway, let's hop right on in, shall we? Okay, so the pre-show match for Great American Bash was an 8-person mixed tag team match. On one side, you had the team of Nathan Frazer, the real Heritage Cup champion, Dragon Lee, Valentina Feroz, and Yulisa León, taking on the Metaphor, made up of Noam, Mensah, Lash Legend, and Jakara Jackson. For the most part, it was decent. It was a decent match. I felt like the timing for Jakara and Lash Legend were a little off with some of their double team moves. But Valentina and Yulisa definitely looked good. You know, got to showcase some high flying, which, you know, fit really good with Nathan Frazer and Dragon Lee. But, you know, Mensah and Noam Dar had a good amount of action and offense in this match. So, you know, I feel like in the middle of the match, towards the end, it definitely got better. It got more action-packed. But, decent pre-show match for the most part. Dragon Lee ends up picking up the victory, pinning Mensah after hitting him, which pretty much kind of looked like Naito's Destino in a way, kind of like a running Destino. But hit him with that, pinned him for the 1-2-3. And the face team of Nathan Frazer, Dragon Lee, Valentina Feroz, Yulisa León pick up the victory in the pre-show of the Great American Bash. So, good stuff. Good stuff there. Okay, let's go into the main card. Let's go into the main card, shall we? All right. The main card starts off with the NXT tag team titles on the line, as we had the team of Wolfgang and Mark Coffey, the champs of Gallus, taking on the team of the D'Angelo family, made up of Tony D'Angelo and Channing Stacks Lorenzo. Overall, I thought this was actually a very solid match. Very solid tag team match. D'Angelo family, of course, are the faces in this match. And, you know, it was just back and forth. Of course, Joe Coffey was there Gallus. Definitely tried to interfere. But for the most part, it went back and forth. The interference kind of backfired for Gallus, and Tony D'Angelo ended up using a crowbar to regain the advantage, and eventually him and Stacks were able to hit Wolfgang with a bada bing bada boom, or bada boom bada bing, however order it is. And then Tony D'Angelo pins Wolfgang for the 1-2-3, and we have new NXT Tag Team Champions, the D'Angelo family. Tony D'Angelo, Stacks, Lorenzo. Congratulations to them. I kind of figured that was going to happen. I figured that was going to happen. But the championship era of the D'Angelo family has begun. So we'll see what kind of run they have. Should be interesting. They've had quite a storyline with Gallus. So we'll have to see what's next for them. Know what I mean? Okay. Let's move on to the next match. So next up, we had the Weapons Wild match between these two beauties. We had Blair Davenport on the right taking on Roxanne Perez on the left. Now, of course, this started off pretty heated, as I would have thought. Blair tried to ambush Roxanne, and, they started brawling early. And, we saw plenty of weapons, steel chairs, kendo stick, even a belt. Saw a belt being used, trash can lids and stuff like that. Saw a table get used. We definitely got to see a table. But yeah, the action was inside the ring, outside the ring. It was definitely quite all over the place, which is expected. But yeah, even Roxanne got tossed around quite a bit, and Blair was talking smack because Roxanne's mother and sister were in attendance ringside. So of course, Blair had to talk some smack and get it in, so not surprised there. But it was back and forth. It was very action-packed. Roxanne would not be denied this victory, as after hitting a splash on Blair through the table and pulling her back in, and hitting her with pop rocks on a stack of chairs, covered Blair Davenport for the 1-2-3, and Roxanne Perez gets her revenge and picks up the victory in this Weapons Wild match at the Great American Bash. So congratulations to Roxanne. Not sure if they're going to continue this rivalry, but we'll have to see what happens next. With Roxanne and even Blair Davenport. So we'll see what happens. But overall, pretty good match. Pretty good match. All right. Next up. Oh, man. Yeah. So we had this special singles match where we had Baron Corbin taking on the in-ring debut of Gable Steveson. Now, the really funny thing about this match was Baron Corbin was actually the main one getting the cheers from the crowd, and Gable Steveson was mainly getting boos. And I mean, the match seemed to have been, action-packed to start. Gable Steveson definitely got in a good amount of offense in this match until it got to the outside, and then the finish. The finish was trash. This match ended in a freaking double countout. Why would you have Gable Stevenson's debut match, which was on a premium live event, and y'all have it end in a double countout? Like, really? A double countout? So that was already annoying enough, but just... And then the fans were booing Steveson. So, yeah, this match was kind of a stinker. This match was a stinker. I gotta keep it real. It was a stinker. But, yeah, we'll see what happens. You know, how they continue this rivalry, but hated the ending of this match. It was dumb. It was really dumb. All right. Let's keep it going. Okay, next up, we had the triple threat match for the NXT North American Championship. You had the champion, Dirty Dominik Mysterio, of course, had Rhea Ripley, defending against Mustafa Ali and Wes Lee. Overall, this was a pretty enjoyable match. I mean, you know, I definitely like Wes Lee and Mustafa Ali as well. I liked the action in the ring, but then towards the end, it got super overbooked. Super overbooked with all the interference from Rhea and all the extra spots that involved interference from Rhea. It got ridiculous. It got really, really ridiculous. And just... when it was all said and done, Mustafa Ali hit a 450 on Wes Lee, then got thrown off by Dominik Mysterio. And Dom took advantage by hitting his frog splash onto Wes Lee and pinning him for the 1-2-3. And of course, more interference from Rhea, which in triple threats there's no DQ. But honestly, it kind of got overbooked with the constant interference from Rhea. So it kind of ruined like the last half of the match. But of course, I figured Dirty Dom was going to retain. You know what I mean? Excuse me one second. Got something in my eye. Okay. But I figured Dom was going to retain anyway, but just there was way too much interference in that last bit of the match, like last half of the match. It was ridiculous, very overbooked. But aside from that, the action in the ring was really good. All right, let's move on to the next match. Time for more of the ladies. All right, we had the NXT Women's Championship decided in a submission match where the champion, Tiffany Stratton, defended against Thea Hale. Now, as I said, this was a submission match. You can only win by submission. This was a pretty decent match. Very action-packed. But I wasn't a fan of the finish. The finish was kind of... if you ask me, it was kind of a botch. Because Tiffany Stratton is like, she was struggling to put Thea Hale in that Boston Crab to the point where she had to switch it to a single leg crab because her positioning was just terrible. Not only that, I would have thought Tiffany could have at least come up with some sort of fancy submission. I mean, she did hit her BME moonsault across, the back of Thea, but still, like, she could have at least come up with a better submission idea than just a Boston Crab. You know what I mean? Like, come on now. But Thea Hale was locked into that Boston Crab transition to a single leg crab. And even though she did not tap or submit, Andre Chase ended up throwing in the towel for the ref to call the match. Therefore, Tiffany Stratton wins, but due to referee stoppage, you know, the throwing in the towel. On one hand, I could see how it keeps Thea held strong because she did not tap out. She didn't quit. But at the same time, it kind of makes Tiffany Stratton look kind of weak in a way. Because like I said, that submission that she had, like, it's like she struggled putting the Boston Crab on Thea. And then to the point where she had to switch it to a single leg crab. You know? So it was very botchy, if you ask me. But yeah. It'll be interesting to see what happens with Chase U with this. I mean, but like I said, I think it keeps Thea strong as well because, like I said, she did not tap. She did not tap. So, anyway. And then we move on to the main event of NXT Great American Bash. We had the NXT Championship on the line as the champion, Carmelo Hayes, of course accompanied by Trick Williams, defends against Ilya Dragunov. And I must say, this was an incredible main event. This was definitely back and forth, an awesome clash of styles between both competitors. And honestly, it really went back and forth. And shout out to Ilya Dragunov bringing back the red contact lenses. I thought that was pretty cool that he brought those back. But yeah, very hard hitting, and even Trick Williams with a big pep talk to Carmelo Hayes. You know, pumping him up. You know, motivating him, and just one sequence after the other, just counter here, counter there. This was a great main event. This was definitely a great main event. But when it was all said and done, Carmelo was able to hit the nothing but net on Ilya Dragunov. Covered him for the 1-2-3. And Carmelo Hayes is still your NXT champion. So, only one title change for this premium live event. But for the most part, overall, it was all right. It was all right. It had a solid main event. It had a very solid main event. But overall, it was all right. It was all right. But we'll have to see what happens going forward. I know they announced their next premium live event, I believe, is called No Mercy, I believe. And that's in September. I think it's called NXT No Mercy. But it'll be interesting to see what the road's going to look like to that. Have to see what kind of new challengers they have for the women's title. Who knows? Maybe Roxanne will be back in the picture. But yeah, we'll just see. We'll see what happens. But anyway, that'll do it for this video. Don't forget to check out the link to Game Beauty. And let me know what y'all's thoughts are. How do you feel about the current standings of the 5-star Grand Prix? Who do you think is going to end up winning? How do you feel about the potential idea of originally Saya Kamitani winning this year's 5-star Grand Prix before she got injured? Let me know what your thoughts are on the current standings of the 5-star Grand Prix, as well as the New Japan Pro Wrestling G1 Climax 33. Let me know your thoughts on those. And also, let me know your thoughts on NXT Great American Bash 2023. What'd you think of the card? What'd you think of the matches? How do you think the show went? How do you feel about the D'Angelo family becoming the new NXT Tag Team Champs? But yeah, let me know what your thoughts are. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell while you're at it. And thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. For another Pro Wrestling Talk brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming here on the U to the Tube, my name is Jason Ingram. Hope everybody has a blessed week, and I will see y'all in the next video. Take care. Deuces.